What's up YouTube? It's Murphy55 coming to you with another Madden 22 video, and today we're going to take a look at the new cards that were just released, the top 10 halfbacks in the game. I haven't had a chance to look at the cards yet, so this is going to be my live reaction to the stats and the players that we should be targeting in week 1 of Madden 23. Check it out. So let's get right into it here, guys. The top-rated halfback in the game, no surprises here. We got Derrick Henry. He's going to be an 88 overall Core Elite here. Speed is 84, so he's not the fastest running back in the game, but he's probably in that second tier of speed. But if you look at the carrying at 88, the trucking at 88 overall as well, and the break tackle at 87, definitely elite in all those categories. Now, I'm a little bit worried about the 56 catching because I like to run gun bunch, so I like to run a lot of wheel routes. I like my halfback to be able to catch the ball, so I honestly don't think that I'll be targeting Derrick Henry until he gets a card later in the year. But definitely this is going to be the one that's going to be the most expensive and the one that most guys are going to be targeting right when the game comes out. Now, this is the guy that I think is going to be the best halfback in the game here. Jonathan Taylor, he's got an 87 overall card. He had an explosive breakout season last year for the Colts. And he's got 85 speed, which as far as I've seen, other than that 87 Barry Sanders card, is going to be the fastest running back in the game here. He's got 84 excel as well, 87 carrying, really solid. Still has really good break tackle at 86, and his catching's quite a bit better than Derrick Henry's at 65. Still not elite. A lot of halfbacks, I imagine, are going to be dropping passes early in the game here. But I think this is definitely the guy you want to have. Change direction 82 seems a little bit low, but for the best elusive back in the game, definitely go after Jonathan Taylor. This is the one that I'm really excited to add to my MUT squad. And now on to the next one here. We have Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns, 86 overall power back. 83 speed is definitely a little bit low, the slowest one we've seen on the list so far, but 84 excel is really good. His carrying is actually surprisingly low at only 84 here, but he has really good trucking and break tackle at 86 apiece. Again, not a great pass catching back at only 57, but definitely somebody that you could add to your squad, especially if you're running a Browns team. Now, on to the next one here. We need some skull hypes for this. I am a Vikings fan. I'm contemplating running a Vikings team, and if I do, I'm definitely going to snatch this card up. We got Delvin Cook. Again, he's an elusive back archetype here. 84 speed is still really good, right on par with some of the others we've seen so far. 84 agility and 84 change of direction is really solid. His trucking is almost non-existent at 68. Low carrying too, so you imagine he might be fumbling the ball a little bit, and 84 break tackle is kind of mid. 61 catching, I feel like they kind of did him a disservice here because he actually is a really good pass catching back. But honestly, this one probably looks like my second favorite back that they've shown us so far. Nick Chubb's a no for me, and Derrick Henry's going to be a no as well. So it's either Jonathan Taylor or Delvin Cook thus far. And now on to an 84 overall Christian McCaffrey. Now, he is a receiving back archetype, which makes him definitely of interest to me as somebody who runs bunch and likes to pass to my halfback quite a bit. So he's got 83 speed, which is pretty mid. 83 excel, again, kind of mid. Good change direction, good agility at 85 and 84. Low carrying here, so again, fumbles might be an issue for him, and his break tackle is very low. Trucking non-existent here. This is the worst trucking we've seen so far, but he does have 76 catching, which might make him the most reliable pass catcher of all of these halfbacks we've seen so far. So definitely somebody I could give a look to on my squad. I wouldn't be mad if I pulled him out of a pack week 1. And now on to another receiving back archetype here from the New Orleans Saints. We got Alvin Kamara here, 84 overall. 83 speed is actually pretty good because I feel like he always gets sold on speed in his cards early in MUT. 82 excel leaves a little bit to be desired. His agility is not great at 82. Change direction is solid at 83. And he seems like really one of the most balanced backs in the game here because he has 82 carrying, 83 break tackle, 81 trucking, and then his catching is 73, so he's probably the second best receiver just behind Christian McCaffrey here. So honestly, I would probably lean towards using Alvin Kamara over McCaffrey myself just because of how balanced he is as a runner and a receiver. And again, I wouldn't be mad having this player on my team early on. However, there might be some high golds and even lower elites that have higher speed, like Mostert last year, who had, I believe, 88 base speed. So if that's the case, I'm definitely going to Mostert or somebody like that. Now, next up, we have another elusive back here. We have 84 overall Austin Eckler from the San Diego Chargers. 83 speed seems to be kind of like the base for a lot of these guys here. 82 excel is decent, not great. Change direction is a little bit low, below 80 there. Trucking is not great here. Carrying is mid. Break tackle is pretty low, but his catching is solid. So he's kind of like a combination of an elusive back / receiving back here. So again, if you like to pass the ball to your running back a lot, and if you're running a Chargers team, Eckler could definitely be an option for you. And now on to Joe Mixon here, who we've seen most recently as a quarterback, as a golden ticket in Madden 22 here. But he's 83 overall, 82 speed, the lowest speed here. I think it kind of almost makes him unplayable unless you're using him in a theme team, to be honest. Excel is decent, agility is low, change of direction is low, trucking, break tackle, very mid, carrying is mid, and his catching is not great. So honestly, at this point, we're getting to the cards that I'm not really too interested in using on my team unless you're using him as part of a theme team. But honestly, guys, he's a big-time Twitch streamer, so I got to show love to Joe Mixon for supporting the content creation game. And now on to Najee Harris. So a second-year player. He had a breakout rookie year for the Steelers last year. 82 speed, again, very low, almost unusable. He's got slow excel. I mean, kind of goes along with his power back archetype. 77 agility is really low. Carrying is decent. Change direction is low. Trucking, break tackle is mid, and catching is bad. So honestly, it's kind of cool to see him get in this top 10 list as only a second-year player. But honestly, the card is not super usable unless you're using him as part of a theme team. And then the last player on the list here, one of the best golden tickets in the game, not just as a cornerback, but as a halfback, and somebody who gets a whole bunch of team chems if he goes into a power-up, is Cordaro Patterson here. 82 overall, receiving back archetype, which is good because last year I think he was an elusive archetype, and I definitely prefer the receiving archetype running backs. Only 82 speed, definitely selling him on that one. Acceleration also super low for somebody who was really a converted wide receiver. 83 agility, though, is pretty good. His carrying is not great. Break tackle is not great. Trucking is not great. Change direction is not great. But his catching is really solid here at 78. So I think he's even a little bit better of a catching option than Christian McCaffrey. However, he's about 2 speeds slower than McCaffrey. So I think I would go with McCaffrey over Patterson in this situation here. Now, one thing that's interesting, guys, about all these cards that I saw somebody pointed out on Twitter, there's no power-up logo in the bottom right corner of the card art. Now, that could just be because they haven't added power-ups to the game yet, but we'll remain to see how cards can be upgraded this year. Are power-ups still going to be a thing? I don't know yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that one, guys. But there's your list of the top 10 running backs. Definitely some good cards to target come week 1. So there's my rundown of the top 10 halfbacks released by EA today. And honestly, guys, the speed is a little bit underwhelming, but don't be too worried about that because I feel like having slow speed cards at the beginning of the year actually helps prolong the content longer and deeper into the season. But guys, I'm definitely going to be targeting that Jonathan Taylor card. If you guys like this video, make sure that you guys drop the like, hit the subscribe button, and in the comments, I want you guys to let me know which halfback you're going to be targeting for week 1. Thanks for watching.